Hi everyone, Larry Satchwell here down in the, well, let's call it the potting shed today. It may look like my workshop, but this is the most convenient place for me to work. I'm here to talk about winter sowing. And Pinetree Seeds has a blog, and if I can find it, I'll put a link below. But it's about seeding wildflowers like this, delphinium or larkspur, that needs a cold session to germinate. And so I only had a half a gallon. They used gallon containers, but my wife and I don't drink that much milk, so we usually get it in half containers. But I'm going to ask my daughters to start saving me some because that really worked. So they're all up, and what I need to do now is to get them into some larger pots. Seed starting medium does not have any nutrients in it. It's just sterile. So I've got some slow release fertilizer here. I've got probably, I don't know, at least a square cubic foot of soil in here. This is the same potting soil that I used to start my other tomato seeds, and they're doing quite well. And I'm going to add just probably, I don't know, what is that? Half a cup maybe at the most. In fact, I'm going to add a little more because it looks like it needs it. I don't think this will burn. It says it's guaranteed not to burn. And I'll be using this same mix here when I transplant the tomatoes and peppers and other flowers I have going. So I want to make sure I see that fertilizer in there. If I don't see a lot of it, then I might add some more, but that looks pretty good. And of course, I want to pre-moisten it. I've got rainwater here. That way, when you actually water it, it's not going to sink. So I want this to be pretty damp. And when I squeeze it, water shouldn't run out of it, but it should make a nice clump like that, but break up easily. So that's a good amount of water right there. I save all of my 3-inch containers that I transplant, or that I've gotten at the store or so. I'll pack those in there pretty good. I've already pre-marked them because painter's tape is a lot cheaper than buying labels. Set this aside. And now comes the delicate task of getting these gems into a container. That's always a little tricky. I think what I'll do is just open this up. Of course, you know me, this plastic will go in the recycling bin. This container has been ripped open, so the easiest solution to that is just to put it in another container that hasn't been ripped open. Same for this one. And that way, when I go to transplant these into the ground after all frost, it'll be quite easy. I'm going to use a little label here as a spade. Put a little hole in there. Get the one on the outside first. And I'll put these under my grow lights for a few days and let them get reestablished. This is very similar to the foxglove in looks, and it's also poisonous to humans. You wouldn't want to be eating this stuff. Well, that's what I'm going to do. Transfer the rest of these. And of course, I'll keep you posted as to how they're doing if you just follow my gardening updates on the 1st and the 15th of every month. I'm excited about this, and I'm certainly going to do more of it next winter because you can get a pack of the seeds for a couple of dollars, $2.50 or so. But if you were to buy these plants at the nursery, they could be up to $10 a piece. So it's a cheap way to add to your garden, either annuals or perennials, especially with the wildflowers. The pollinators love the wildflowers. Thanks for watching. Come back often.